Hello, hello. So in this video, I would like to talk to you about launching a luxury brand. If you want to launch your own brand, but you're feeling a little lost, I can give you these 5 tips that will help you in the initial stages of your journey. Maybe you have already worked in the industry, maybe you already had a business, but if you're just starting out, then think about this. Imagine you're moving into a new country. Scenario 1. You've been learning the language, you've been reading up on the cultural differences, speaking to other expats or immigrants to understand their experience. So you've done some research, you've downloaded some apps that will help you once you move there. So once you are there, once you are in that country, you feel a bit more comfortable and prepared for novelties. You will still encounter a lot of things, but you will feel a bit more at ease with them. Now imagine scenario 2. One day you've just decided to move to another country, you bought a plane ticket and off you went. You haven't done any research, you don't have a map, and you don't know the language. So I guess you will end up in a few awkward situations where you don't understand what happened. In both scenarios, you may get a few bumps along the way, but in the scenario 2, you are less prepared for your adventure. You don't have a map, you don't have a compass. And in scenario 1, you are able to navigate with less stress because you already know a little bit about that country. Maybe you're not completely comfortable, but still, you do know something. Same with entering the world of luxury business. It's a culture. So you need to understand its nuances, learn the principles that the industry operates by. And once you get at least the basics, your journey will be much easier. Now, if you have worked in this industry, you already had a business, then you really have an advantage. But if you are switching fields, for example, if you're going into another sector, then again, you will need to do a little bit more research so that you are more comfortable, because in every luxury subsector, let's say, there are different nuances. If you're going for a new customer, for a new market, same applies. Tip number 2, get to know your client base. I know you've heard it 1 million times, but believe me, so many businesses fail to get to know their customer on a deeper level, especially in the beginning of their journey. They just do a shallow market research, don't even scratch the surface. They develop a product, go out there, and are surprised why no one is buying it. Now, whilst for luxury brands it's a little different, you don't do market research in the same way mass markets do. You don't chase the customers and you don't try to solve their need or problem. You're selling a dream. Some businesses, they just ask a few questions, speak to a few people, maybe their family members, and then consider it's done. But to truly understand the consumer, a business needs to have conversations. And I mean a lot of conversations, because with each conversation, you will uncover more and more intimate details about your customer. You will know them on a deeper level. And you need to speak to a lot of people to get a good picture and to spot any trends. I remember hearing this story about a woman who spent 6 months developing some sort of baby product. I believe it was a pushchair or a seat that had some additional functionality. Anyway, only to find out that no one actually needed the product. What's more, she wasn't a mom herself at the time. So she just got this brilliant idea from something she'd heard and decided she'll give it a try. And as you can guess, she skipped the market research and just went straight into development. Now, if you're an artist and you're selling a piece of art, you tend to detach yourself from the commercial element because art is above that. And luxury can be art in essence. But if you're a company, you want to be commercially successful. So you need to understand your market. You just do differently than mass markets do. Tip number 3, get visual. Now, why do some luxury brands stand out while others get lost in the crowd? Well, the answer might be simpler than you think, and it's aesthetics. Aesthetics is huge in the luxury market. Now, what is aesthetics? Well, aesthetics at its core refers to the appreciation of beauty and taste. In the business world, this translates to how a brand presents itself, its visual identity, its product design, packaging, physical and digital spaces. Think about Rolex. Established in 1905, they've always emphasized precision and durability. And their attention to aesthetics and detail was also spot on. Their aesthetics convey a sense of prestige. Now think about Louis Vuitton. When you see the LV monogram, what do you think? Probably quality, history, luxury, also overexposure. Louis Vuitton started as a trunk maker in 1854, and over time the brand's aesthetics, combining with functionality and sophisticated design, made it a must-have for the elite. Now, although the LV pattern has been overexposed lately, so it lost its allure to some customers, in some customers' eyes, but it's still widely recognized and adored by others. So it's definitely an aspirational piece for a lot of consumers. And most of the sales for Louis Vuitton come from their handbags. And other visuals that you need to think of, it's of course things like logo, color palette, typography. All this is very important, especially with colors and typography. You have to be very careful because certain colors and certain fonts, they don't belong to the luxury sector. So you need to choose it wisely. You want to have a clean design, high quality product images, this luxury feel. And what's important, you need to stay consistent with your visuals. So try to get them right from the beginning. You can, of course, experiment at later stages, because if you are a new luxury brand, if you are a startup, you still have that ability, but try to be consistent from the beginning so you can build that image in your customers' eyes from the start. And why do aesthetics matter so much? Well, because consumers don't just buy a product, they buy an experience, a status symbol, and a sense of belonging to an exclusive club. And aesthetics can deliver that. So well-executed aesthetics evoke emotions. So aesthetics is not just about appearance. It's about creating an experience that resonates with your target audience. And your brand's aesthetics make it unique, make it different from others. I'm not talking about differentiation, that's a mass market thing, but they make your brand unique. Your brand's aesthetics can be the difference between being perceived as high value or just another premium or mass market startup. So luxury is an experience, and aesthetics is the vehicle through which that experience is delivered. Tip number 4 would be have a strategy. Now, a strategy is a roadmap, essentially, for your business. It defines where you are headed, how you will get there, and what you will do when challenges arise. And you need a roadmap to access this market, because often it feels like a closed door, because your customers won't just buy your product. They will buy your story, the experience that you deliver, the exclusivity that you offer. So a strategy helps to ensure that you deliver those expectations consistently. Your customers won't be just buying your product. They will be buying your story, the exclusivity, and the experience that you offer. And strategy helps to ensure that you deliver those expectations consistently. As an example, Burberry. In the early 2000s, they faced brand delusion because they became distant from their luxury roots. But then they employed a very strong strategy to rectify that, because they already have heritage, they have quality and international expansion. So they reclaimed their position as a luxury powerhouse. Part of your strategy should be innovation. And I'm not only talking about products, but also about things such as collaborations. For example, Louis Vuitton, they frequently collaborate with artists, merging the worlds of fashion and art. So this strategy keeps the brand alive and fresh and interesting, and somewhat a bit mysterious and enigmatic. So crafting products is just one piece of the puzzle. But effective strategy determines how the product is delivered to create long-lasting luxury brand image. My next tip is think about how to get visible. So unlike fashion brands or tech brands, where virality can skyrocket a brand overnight, maybe not overnight, but pretty quickly, Now, luxury sector demands a little bit different approach. It demands consistency, exclusivity, and trust. So something you have to build over time. So here you need to emphasize quality over quantity. For example, a relatively young British brand, watch brand called Bremont, which is more of a premium brand to be fair, but they gained attention through consistently demonstrating their values and the story behind each watch. Their focus on aviation and British engineering helped them to become visible in the market, which is really dominated by Swiss watches. You also want to think about collaborations and brand partnerships with the right brands. Here again, be very careful who you are collaborating with. You may want to mix tradition and a bit of novelty, create some limited editions as well as exclusive events, invite only, where you can generate some buzz. So there are different ways to get visible. You want to mix the traditional branding methods with digital ones, digital engagement. So your visibility strategy should be thought through very well. So these were just some quick points for you to think about before launching your luxury brand. Of course, there are many more things that I can share with you, such as where you manufacture is very important, where you source your materials, and other things such as how you feel inside, how you feel about entering the luxury industry, because often it can feel like a closed door, like an unfamiliar territory that is difficult to navigate. But it's absolutely possible, and if you would like to find out more how to enter this unfamiliar territory, how to enter the luxury industry, subscribe to my newsletter, and I've just launched a new Facebook group where I will be doing exclusive training for the members. And I have also created a luxury roadmap, which you can download from the link in the description box below. Thank you for watching. Bye.